Welcome to the Asshole Book Club. Today, well, uh, I forgot what I was gonna say. I decided to go back to my 3x3 kind of formula that I was using before, where I'll do three of one thing and then three of another. So I'm gonna do like three Reddit stories and then three chapters of Catwoman and whatnot. And today I'm doing r/ am I the asshole Reddit, because that's where I first started doing all this, so might as well. All right, we have a lot of stuff that was posted today, or at least in the last 24 hours. Let's see. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she is a shitty parent? 17 hours ago. Wow. That could be interesting. Alrighty. For context, this isn't a new issue. This is just the first time I finally lost my shit. My nephew, who is 14, has had both his big toes infected now for the last 8 or 9 months. Oh. I noticed when they first started after he had hung out with me and my kids and he took his shoes off and his feet were bothering him. They were red and swollen. I have an ex that had to have multiple surgeries throughout his life for ingrown toenails, so I knew the signs. I told her I could take him to get new school shoes at the time because I was also taking my child. She copped an attitude and got mad with him because he never told her his feet hurt. Fast forward to a few months down the road and he has new shoes, but his toes are not doing any better. Take him to the hospital or something. He brings it up at the family cafe. The little old lady that does prep in the mornings and me talk with him about it. She buys him the stuff to soak his feet and he soaks them, but my sister never replenished the Epsom salt. At the time I told her he needs a DRS appointment, a doctor's appointment, before they get worse, and she swore she would take him. Then it's been 6 months and she calls me in a panic to come over. She wanted me to come over and look at them and help her lecture him on taking better care of his feet. I told her politely this time it was her responsibility as a mother to make sure he's soaking his feet, and that obviously he hasn't been, as there is pus and he needs to go back and get antibiotics. His feet are so bad, he refuses to tell her they hurt. I'm sure he does. It's so he doesn't get bitched at for not taking care of himself. Today they went and she sent me pictures and they very obviously need surgery. Jesus Christ. I lost it and told her it was neglect, that she should have been making him do it every day, even though he is 14. He isn't exactly mature and needs extra help and reminders that it was her job as his mom to make sure it hadn't gotten this bad, and she failed to make him a priority. Am I the asshole because this, among other things, has made me once more want to call in to CPS to do a welfare check? Will the doctor that he's seen today do that? Am I making a big deal about this? Sheesh. And there's an edit. Thank you all for the responses. Firstly, I want to say that I'm going to make a call on her behalf. Secondly, for more context, I do not see my nephew on a daily basis, so I didn't realize it was getting as bad as it was. I am also a mother of two autistic kids that need a lot of support. While I have a lot of health problems I am battling, and I just finished a year of chemo. Jesus. I do feel terrible about not stepping in sooner, but this is also the first time in my life I separated myself from everyone else's needs to take care of myself and my kids first. I have always taken care of them and been the responsible party within our entire family dynamic, and it's been that way since I was a kid. I'm going to do what I can to make sure this is right for him. Sheesh. Yeah, your sister should be making sure your kid has, shoes that he can wear. B, I don't know, make him bathe and wash his feet. Like, there's no reason your feet should get that infected. Make sure he clips his nails. Like, I don't know. Instill some hygiene, because I feel like this is a hygiene issue. And at the first signs of infection, instead of, putting his feet in a bath, take him to the hospital. Get some antibiotics on that shit. Criminy. Alright. The top comment says, advocate for your nephew and screw your sister. Well, that's weird. I'm kidding. Call CPS. They won't remove him or other kids from the home unless there is other egregious behavior going on in the home. But they will be up her butt, and rightfully so. Medical neglect isn't a game. The child is risking sepsis and gangrene because his mom is too lazy to parent. Yeah. Kid's gonna have no toes by the time he's 20. Jesus fucking Christ. Alrighty. That was an interesting first one. No, you're not the asshole, by the way. Like, alright. How about this one? Am I the asshole for avoiding a coworker who keeps asking for personal favors? What kind of personal favors? Alrighty. Kind of a longer one, but that's fine. I, 26F, have been working in an office environment for a year. Over the course of this year, my coworker Stan, 37, has been asking me for personal favors no matter how many times I refuse. Favors like rides to work, dog watching, dropping the car off at the mechanic, house sitting, grabbing lunch. Like getting his lunch for him. I was gonna say, grabbing lunch with someone isn't a favor, it's a social interaction thing. Personally, I have a hard time saying no when people ask me for favors. I love helping people and I want to be nice. But I also recognize there are people who will see that in me and use it to their advantage. The favors started out small. Oh, are you grabbing lunch? Can you pick me up something too? I'll Venmo you. Or, do you have any meetings in the next hour? My car is in the mechanic just down the road. Can you drop me off real quick? It'll only take 5 minutes. Do you have any plans for the weekend? I need to fly out for a work trip. Could you watch my dog? I'll pay you. Here's her schedule. It's only a few days. And you really only need to take her out 3 times a day. I started noticing that he would set me up for a favor. He would first ask a general question to see if I'm busy or where I'm going, then small talk about it, and then strike. Why is he trying to corner me and make it harder to find an excuse to say no? Well, that's your first problem right there. You don't need an excuse to say no. Hey, can you do... No. That's all you gotta do, you know? If he calls you a bitch, whatever. And that's what people like that are counting on, is just that you will avoid the word no and try to come up with excuses. You don't need excuses. It's your time. You use it however you want to. He's gotten me to do a few favors because of that tactic, and a few times I've been so caught off guard that I didn't know how to say no. Just say no. And it's one syllable, very easy to spit out. On one hand, I do feel bad for the guy. He's married, but his wife moved to another state an 8-hour plane ride away, and he doesn't seem to have much friends. Wonder why. Soon after his wife moved, I was looking for a place to rent, And he tried to get me to move in with him. I feel like his wife didn't just move, his wife moved out of the relationship. I immediately said, yeah, no, that definitely won't work. My boyfriend wouldn't like that. And Stan said, well, he's more than welcome to come hang out too, but I get it. As if a married dude asking a young woman to live with him isn't weird at all. Yeah. My boyfriend hates this dude. He knows him through sports outside of work and has warned me that he's a leech. Yeah, that has become apparent. My boyfriend also got really upset when he found out that I gave Stan a ride once, so now I try to avoid doing favors for him. But sometimes I will literally be walking out the door, and Stan will say, oh, sweet, are you getting lunch? I'll come too, and start walking with me. Just tell him to fuck off. I've never watched Stan's dog, but lately he has been pressing me hard to watch his dog. He's asked me like 5 times in the last couple of months. He's also making comments to other coworkers all the time when I'm around about how he wishes someone would watch his dog and how he really needs to go on work trips. It makes work feel tense and uncomfortable, with his desk being right behind mine. I just wish he would leave me alone and never ask me for anything again. I try to avoid talking to him, but it's pretty difficult when we work so closely together. I feel cornered. How do I get out of this? I don't want to involve HR and make a big deal out of it, but it does bother me. Am I the a-hole for avoiding him? No, but you need to, stand up for yourself a little bit. Just tell him, hey, I don't like you. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to watch your fucking dog. Give it away to someone if you don't want to watch it. I'm not doing any favors for you. I'm not getting lunch for you. Go fuck yourself, all right? But, in nice workplace terms. All right, I'll read the top comment. Not the asshole. Stan needs to learn about boundaries and how the people that he works with are not his family, and so he doesn't have the right to pressure or insinuate them into doing anything for or with them. Well, I half agree with that, but I don't agree with you can, do that behavior to your family either. Like, yeah, that would just make you a shitty family member. Don't pressure people at all, period, into doing things for you. Myself, I would simply look him in the eye and say, I believe you misunderstood our relationship. I don't have time to do things for you in my off time. Please stop asking. And then offer rover.com. Address him directly and don't give him room to misunderstand. Even better if you do it in front of human resources. I am assuming rover.com is a dog watching thing. Sounds like it. All right. Those are those 2 stories done, and yeah. We have a sister who is letting her son's toes fall off, and a coworker who just can't take care of his dog, I guess. Some people, man. Thank you so much for watching if you made it to the end of this video, and please like and subscribe if you wouldn't mind too terribly. And yeah, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you later.